What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another video. We had another green day, but using the 15-minute chart. It's not going to look like my normal trades. We had a few trades on the 1 minute using the New York VWAP, higher day VWAP, but the trade that actually made me the money today is going to look a little bit different, but it's just using discretion, structure, price action, and still using the VWAPs. But stay tuned to see all the trades I took today because there was some volatility. Almost got shaken out, but let's get right into it. Appreciate you tuning in as always. Looking at TradeZella here. Nice solid green week. It's funny now looking at it of how many squares are full. I only have the 1 day off, and I'm pretty sure it might have been a holiday. I could be wrong. But going back to January real quick, I had 9 days total trading when I was holding the streak, and now I'm saying I'm trading more freely, less stress because there's no streak to try to fear of snapping. And then halfway through February here, I'm already at 8 days. I'm almost trading as much as I did last month, and we're only halfway through. That's what happens when you're trading freely, not afraid to lose, not afraid to be imperfect, whatever you want to call it. So, nice little streak we have going on here of this week, stacking one trade a day, one winning setup over the long term. Let's look at the charts here. We can see the first setup. These are the two longs that you're going to recognize. These ones make sense to the structure plays that I have of a new high a day, not chasing these drifting highs, right? This is way too high up here. I put it in the BSC chat. Look on the left here on the 15-minute. This long I'm taking, that's way up here. That's a big move that we had, and now I'm jumping in. That's just a little bit too high. That it's a little overextended. I love it to pull back, get me to a key level, aka the New York VWAP, which is exactly what we get. So again, I don't know if the market loves me or what, but it's rewarding me for my patience. It's giving me the pullback that I want, rather than getting in just because I'm saying, it's not going to pull back like I want. Let me just jump in. I don't do that, and it says, okay, good job. We'll pull back for you like you wanted, and then here's your opportunity. So I actually do, not on this one, I don't, this is just a markup. So what are we saying? But it's the same thing on NQ. If you look at NQ here, you can see lots of drawings there. Let's go over to micros. That actually really like the bounce play. But then going into the 11 o'clock, we had Trump speaking right here. So I was actually in on the bounce play. This is a 2 minute chart just to show it. And I had a stop loss below. Now, once I was able to get to my break even heading into the Trump news and we're approaching the high day view up, I move stops to break even because I don't know what's going to happen when he speaks about tariffs or whatnot. So I get tapped break even on that one. Then, okay, let's readjust. That one didn't run, but I don't want to open that risk through the unknown of his speaking. Pulls back, actually holds structure. And if you can guess it, this big pin down, all it's doing on the left here is pinning the daily. So I still really like longs, even though it's pretty volatile right now. The technicals may not be working the same as they normally would, right? Because yes, this is a hold of New York VWAP. But if Trump says something in 5 minutes, this can just wipe out all the VWAPs. It does not care. So that's the hesitancy of it. That I actually get back in, not on this break, but actually it comes back down. Once it pops back up, I get a long there. Again, quickly stops to break even. And I get tapped break even. Damn. I think I'm doing the right thing just because it's very volatile and unknown right now. I don't want to open myself up to a loss, but it is what it is. I don't want to take a loss during this volatile time. So then you go over to my trades here. I think I have it opened up. I was trading on the 15-minute. You can see it above my head here. Maybe I'll just bring it up on the charts, but you can see on the markup here. There's the arrows. There's the two longs I played originally. Break evens on both of these, right? Small little break even, small little break even. But then I get back in, right? And this is on NQ, remember. So let's go over to NQ here on the 15-minute chart. So on the 15-minute, like I was saying, I wasn't even using the 1 minute. I was just extremely, extremely bullish today as we have a nice trending structure all overnight. But then it's a little overextended, like I said. So let's anchor our yesterday's New York to see what that looked like. That's well below us here on NQ. So let's make that dark blue. So we're above that overnight. I definitely want to look for longs. I should have looked for longs at the open here. A little bit too hesitant. We'll get into that markup as well. And this is that overextended long. I'm not taking way up there in the 1 minute. So as it pulls back down to this daily view up on the 15, I'm still really liking longs down here. This is the launch pad that I want to buy it from. I could have bought it here pre-market and made money. It's the same level I want to buy it at now. So I strictly just played it based off the 15-minute. On the close of that 15-minute candle, I put in along with a tighter stop, albeit just because I'm not playing 1 minute VWAPs. I'm playing this 15-minute candle closure. This should continue. If this long is going to work, this next bar should be bullish. So I don't need a stop loss covering all these pins because this idea should be following through right now, essentially. And it does. Next bar is bullish, next bar. So thankfully, it was all bullish from there. But I think that's just the power of not chasing these longs up here. Have faith in that deeper pullback. Recognize that it's off your favorite key level. I speak about it all the time. And you're able to get in at a way better price than you wanted back here. You can actually buy it lower less drawdown, and you get a nice bigger rip for a new high day. Trend continuation. So I don't think it's an out of pocket trade. I was reading price action like I have for 6+ years now, recognizing that we're above all these VWAPs. Trend is still moving higher. This is just probably going to be where we build that higher low. Let me get in on a nice bullish candle and look for the breakout to continue, right? It looks like an A1 for all the OG ASFX members. I'm really just trading the higher highs and higher lows, right? It's the same as buying this candle, looking for the pop. So that was my trade that actually made me the money today because you saw those other twos were break even. So not the best day of trading on the 1 minute, but staying alive, working the longs, trying to get that pop, but not open myself up to unnecessary risk when Trump is speaking. But at this point, it's what? It's 2 o'clock. It's been an hour since he was speaking. The markets have calmed down, and we're still really, really holding that daily view up. We do not want to move lower. Another thing I talk about all the time now that we go back on the 1 minute, you can see what that play looks like here. It doesn't look terrible. Maybe it's a little bit high above the high day view up, but it kind of looks like my plays of buyers are back in control. Let's go higher. But in this one, you would say the stop loss doesn't really make sense, Evan. But like I was saying, I was playing the stop loss placement based off of the 15-minute candles. But again, you could have played it like this, right? Recognizing that we're making higher lows underneath New York VWAP. Buyers are back in. Let's go continue trend. It's a nice, clean, beautiful setup. So same thing we talked about in the last video and almost all the videos. If you're doing the initial balance as well, we broke it to the upside earlier. So if we look at Edgeful over here on the initial balance, just standard. In the past 6 months, the last 127 days of data, only 14% have double broken. So I'm really not expecting for it to double break when it's that low probability. So as sellers couldn't move us lower here during that Trump volatility, I'm not expecting us to double break this zone down here. So it keeps me looking for longs. The longer buyers keep defending this level and trying to push us up, Now they're finally all the way back in. Okay, let's go continue that trend. So using these actual stats will really just keep me one-sided once one side of it is broken out, aka the top today. So I think you really, really should look into getting Edgeful so you could be on the right side of these probabilities. I think yesterday we found a 10%, and I was playing a 10% probability, or I was playing a 90% in my favor. So really, really strong. I definitely highly recommend you look into them. There's always the link in the bio of this video or any of my socials if you want to check them out and start a free trial. But that was today's trading. The one thing I will say, if we go back to ES here, probably too conservative still here at the open. So if we go to ES, you can see we had a nice bullish open as always. It seems to be the common theme recently. Let's open it up on the 2 minutes so you can see all the candles. The first play was probably to buy it at the open. We had a nice bearish move at the open. Not getting induced into shorts though, because I'm overall bullish on the 15-minute here on the left, you could see. And that was that nice, the first time we touched that daily VWAP down here. So here's our open candle. This wick down here. As sellers couldn't hold down there, we actually closed back up. That was a really nice sign that buyers are holding us above this daily. I want to go look for longs. And what did we also do pre-market? We held that yesterday's New York. So higher lows, and now we're above the daily here looking for longs. That looks really good. So I don't know why I was so hesitant to look for longs. Probably because on the 1 minute, it's a mid-range trade. The range was just set. I don't trade those super well. But I got to get better at them because there's great opportunities to buy it either on the first break here or the second time buyers step in and defend that New York. You're seeing now maybe higher lows. Buyers are defending this New York. Stop loss will go at the open range low. Go play the first break. Again, you're not going to catch this entire rip. That's completely fine. We're not expecting to catch the whole move. A nice 32-point move, but even to the top there before the pullback would come back and probably get to break even, you're getting 15 points, well over 1R. And we don't expect these first breaks of open range to rip anyways. So what you could do, and what Austin did and many people on our ASFX TV streams did, they long it here. You play the first break. You cover your profits at the opening range high. It pulls back. What do you think you do next? You let it pull back. It respects New York VWAP. Once it bounces off, you look for the next leg of that bullish trend to continue. It's exactly what it does. You can even throw on a high day VWAP and take it once buyers take that out. It's the same price, right? So just trading the higher lows. Don't get caught trying to hold on to this forever. Get out, let it pull back, and then catch the next leg of that trend. That's exactly what I did later on in the day as well. So it repeats all the time. I think I need to be less conservative at the open when it's still forming the range, when I have a strong bias on the 15-minute like I did. Because like I said, it cost me some money of just being hesitant of, I want to long it here, but I don't want to trade mid-range. It hasn't made higher highs and higher lows yet. But got to have conviction of trading it sometimes before the 1 minute is screaming longs. Because again, we look back at this. When I'm taking my longs anywhere over here, Now it looks super bullish. So yeah, of course it's gonna be easier for me to find the longs, but I could be taking these great plays here at the open. So that was the biggest lesson, but there was plenty of money to go around today. Like I said, patience has been paying though because I'm not capitalizing on the open ones as much this week only, but still finding my one setup. Still at 1500 on the week, so it's not broken. It's not too bad, but I definitely do want to try to get better. And like I said, these are all the new accounts I'm trading with Tradeify. These are just a 50K straight to sim funded. If you do want to trade with them, you can use code Dyer, get 30% off any of the accounts, even the growth or the advanced. I'm on the straight to sim funded. I get 2000 with the drawdown, no challenge stage, just right into the profit target stage. So I'm really enjoying it. That's what this account is on that you're seeing here. So like I said, if you want to catch some, grab as many accounts as you want. Code Dyer will always get you the best sale, the most active discount that they have. But overall, pleased with the month, pleased with the setup, pleased with the lessons, because again, I really want to catch these open ones or these mid range ones a little bit more. So here were the first two trades we went over in the beginning. If you want to save them, that was the bounce play. That was the re entry bounce play. Both break evens. But then we get in on this 15-minute, beautiful $500. All right. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you guys made money today. Hopefully, you guys learned from all these 15-minute videos of how I'm using the daily VWAP. Yesterday's New York. And today was just purely reading the 15-minute, reading price action, taking a swing at it, and it paid me. All right. So if you guys traded safe, again, see you guys on the charts tomorrow morning.